male pit bull ran up and began to attack my dog.
He's being bit in the meantime by both dogs.
On the back of the neck and on the back of the head.
Joe and the Pitbull incident.
I got bit as well, Your Honor.
And he says he got bitten by your dog.
She kicked me to the point where she broke my nose, she chipped my tooth.
Charla and Doris are neighbors with a common problem. Both claim the other has a vicious dog. Charla claims that in their last altercation, she was attacked not only by Doris's dog, but also Doris. That's today on Judge Joe Brown.
He's a real judge. In his courtroom, everyone has the right to a fair trial. But if they're proven wrong, he has the right to make them pay. Judge Joe Brown.
Case number 275, Clark versus Penman. Would the party step forward, please?
Charla Clark is a 26-year-old licensing coordinator from San Diego, California. She is suing 49-year-old English teacher Doris Penman and her son George for dog bites and an assault. Doris and George are countersuing for medical and vet bills and lost wages. Now, here's Judge Joe Brown.
Judge, Clark versus Penman, item 275.
Ma'am, you're suing this lady over here and her son for some damages you claim you suffered as a result of two separate incidents involving a dog that belongs to them and a dog that belongs to you. And let's see, you have a pit bull and they have a Labrador retriever, and you, sir, and you, ma'am, are saying that there's nothing you owe her, it's the fault of her animal. What's this all about? I gather we have two separate incidents here.
First incident we had was I was transferring my dog and another dog to our landlord's pool.
You mean a water-filled pool?
A water-filled pool. They like to swim in the pool. The female dog, who was just a puppy, ran out into the middle of the street.
A female dog. Is that your dog or their dog?
No. It was a dog that I was caring for at the time. Mr. Penman's dog was off of his leash as well, and it ran out into the middle of the street.
That's the lab.
Hence the lab. My dog ran out after me.
That's the pit bull.
The pit bull.
Okay, the female
runs out in the street.
You start running out in the street. Their dog runs out in the street. The male see the female, and then your pit bull, which is a male or female?
Male.
Runs out behind you.
Behind me.
Okay, what happens?
The two dogs ran immediately to each other and started fighting. And George runs up to the fighting dogs and sticks his arm in the middle of the fight to protect his dog. And I'm pulling on my dog's collar to pull him away. He's pulling with his body, with his arm, to pull his dog away. And he's being bit in the meantime by both dogs. And his mother runs out and separates the two dogs with a water hose.
Okay, what's your version of facts on that?
Okay, I was helping my mother repair a gate in the front of our property. Our dog was there and the gate was open. One of her pit bulls was on the other side of the street. It wasn't in the street, it was on the other side of the street, running around.
That's incorrect.
No, that is correct.
Hold on. Go ahead.
It was not in the street, and she wasn't around either at that time period. Well, I immediately went after my dog and got a hold of his harness.
That dog went out to go deal with the female?
Yes, they were just playing, nothing really happened. But I went and I got a hold of my dog by his harness and was returning to our property. I was about 7 feet away from our property when the dog that was loose followed us over to the other side of the street. Then Charla Clark appeared. She ran up and she was trying to get a hold of her dog, so I paused. And it was then that her other dog, a male pit bull, ran up and began to attack my dog.
And you got bitten?
Yes, I did, towards the end of the attack. I had a hold of my dog's harness the whole time, and she didn't have a hold of her dog on leash or by a harness.
Okay, now let me get something straight in my mind. I understand what you're suing about. You got bit, right?
Yes.
I got bit as well, Your Honor.
And she has no proof that she was bitten.
Okay,
Yes,
now,
I do. I have
you're suing
medical.
because you
I'm sorry,
got bit.
I do have medical.
Okay, hold on. You're suing because you got bit by what?
I got bit by his dog in the midst of holding my dog by his collar.
And he says he got bitten by your dog.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your Honor, could I say one thing? This was the second attack by this dog. It had a prior attack on another
That's why it
person
was
in our
declared
neighborhood.
dangerous.
This attack on my son was actually its second attack. It was loose in the alley and attacked a skateboarder who unfortunately was behind their house when the dog was out.
Kicking
It
my
bit.
dog.
To defend him.
It
Wait,
bit-
this is the second time your dog has
This
bitten
is the
someone?
second incident. My incident is the third incident by this dog.
Your incident was no incident because nothing happened.
Okay, all right, let me get this straight now. Your dog bit a skateboarder, you say kicked it, right?
Yes.
That's incident bite number
Witness to this
one, but that's not somebody that's here today. Now let's get to the second incident that involves the two of you that you were suing them for.
I've been over backwards, gone through hoops to make sure that I can keep my dog. I had this halsey on my dog. I had the dangerous dog tag on my dog, and I was walking my dog in the morning. I see Mrs. Penman walking the dog. In fact, I had stopped and I told her to go. Please move on, because I knew if these two dogs see each other, they don't like each other. she would not move. She froze. As I was walking, trying to go past her, her dog lunged at me. My dog lunged back, and they began fighting. I saw that the halter was coming off. I jumped on top of my dog because I was terrified that something was going to happen to my dog, being that this would be his third strike. So I jumped on top of my dog. Her dog bit me, and in the meantime, she kicked me to the point where she broke my nose, she chipped my tooth. Yes, and I had bruises all over my body, and I've got a doctor's.
Yeah, you have medical reports that
Yes.
you got
Beat up.
Now, what do you have to say about that?
The first time I saw the plaintiff here, she was 30 to 40 feet away from me. I wasn't aware of anything other than someone struggling to control a dog. She was trying to hold the dog back, and she couldn't. The dog got away from her, came over, attacked my dog, had him down by the neck. I was on my knees trying to pull my dog out of the pit bull's jaws. She came over. To her credit, she threw her body over her dog. I was praying. I thought it was all over for me. In my mind, I was saying, my dog is dead. My dog is dead right in front of my eyes. When I did manage to get my dog away, a jogger came by, and I said, have you seen the police? They said, there's the police right over by the Blockbuster, because I knew I had to have proof. She was walking the dog without a muzzle. Part of the dangerous dog declaration was that dog was to have a muzzle on all the time. Not a halty, not a little training strap, but a muzzle. That dog was unmuzzled that morning. I went and I got the police. I said, would you please go after her and get her identification? I have to have proof that this is the same person and the same dog.
We'll be back with more of Judge Joe Brown after this.
Where did you come up with the idea that you got kicked in the face in the first place?
I saw her tennis shoe hit me right in the face.
You did?
Yes.
You make 2 statements to the police?
Yes, I did.
One of them says as follows. Clark said that she fell to the sidewalk and hit her face.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff and the defendants claim they've been injured by the other's dog. The plaintiff says she was even assaulted by the defendant during one dog fight, but the defendants say the plaintiff's dog is a danger to people and animals. Let's listen in.
Is there, in fact, a police report from either or all of these instances?
Yes, I have them right here. I have both of them.
Your
That's
Honor,
from the
I filed assault
last
charges.
incident
It
involving
was
you.
from the incident involving me.
Let's see what you have.
I filed assault charges against Mrs.
I
Penman.
understand you did. I'm reading your complaint. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'll ask you a question. On this incident involving the lady defendant here, why were you involved with the dogs?
Why did I jump on my dog?
Mm-hmm.
To protect my dog.
I thought you said that you didn't want your dog to be in a 3 strikes you're out situation.
Exactly. That's what I'm protecting him from.
What would you need to protect your dog from being bitten or from biting?
From any incident with my dog.
Well, if he's muzzled, what could he do other than be
The
the
halty
victim
was
of an
coming
attack?
off. I have paperwork testifying to the dangerous dog
If
task
he
force.
was muzzled, what could he do?
It was coming off.
Why would it be coming off if he was properly muzzled?
That was my question when animal control came and inspected my house. They also inspected the halty and agreed to it and said that it was fine. And what it does is it wraps around the entire muzzle, and it has a
But that's not a muzzle.
it wraps around the muzzle.
I know, but it's not a muzzle.
I did not know at the time.
Were you not charged with complying with the regulation, the Dangerous Dog Act?
Yes, I was. And my attorney and I we still maintain to this day that there was an addendum, and it even says in my intent to declare dog dangerous, it
All
even
right.
says
Now,
that
let
unless
me ask you a
modified.
question. You say she kicked you in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you come up with the idea that you got kicked in the face in the first place?
I saw her tennis shoe hit me right in the face.
You did?
Yes.
Is that what you told the police?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Did you make a statement to the police?
Yes, I did.
You make 2 statements to the police?
Yes, I did.
One of them says as follows. While talking with Clark, I saw that she had minor abrasions to her left cheek, a bloody lip, and nose. She told me that she received these injuries as she broke up the fight between her dog and Penman's dog. Clark said that she fell to the sidewalk as she broke up the 2 dogs and hit her face. She declined my offer of medical assistance. Second officer, detective. Initial report, I asked her how her face got cut. She replied that she had hit the concrete with her face when she dove into the dogs. She did not state that she had been kicked or attacked by Doris Penman.
That was when he
I
at 6 o'clock in the
responded.
morning.
I asked her why she did not tell them that she had been kicked by Penman. She replied that she did not know she had been kicked until she got home and saw her face because the injuries could not have occurred any other way. Now, how in the world are you going to sit here and tell me you saw her shoe or foot coming at you and you tell them you fell and hit your face? Then
That
you get
officer-
home, wait a minute, you get home and look at your injuries and then you say, oh, I couldn't have done that falling on the sidewalk. She must have kicked me.
No, Your Honor. Your Honor.
All right, now, what injuries do you say you suffered? What happened to your animal?
I had no injuries. He had some punctures, and actually I had the antibiotics from the summer before because this was only about
So you didn't incur
7
any
months,
medical
so I didn't
expenses on that?
expense.
How much did you suffer for your injuries?
Total medical bills are $648.
Let me see what you got there. Pass that up. All right. Every dog gets one free bite. Your animal got one free bite and bit a skateboard rider. All right. You say that that person kicked at your dog. Your dog was out of your yard, out of control in the alley in back of your premises.
No, he was not out of control in the alley.
Well, he was
in our-
not under your control. He was not on a leash, and he was not behind a fence. After that first bite, then we have a situation where this dog charges down the street to see what this lab is doing with the female, and out there, this thing goes on. Number 3 comes up with her. You're well on notice this is an angel animal that is likely to snap at something or somebody. It is supposed to have a muzzle on, not a halty, a muzzle. You were not in compliance with the dictates of the animal control. All right, now bottom line, you don't prevail. You, sir, you've established your claim through the evidence, the medical reports. You have $648, all right? Pain and suffering, twice that. That is another $1,200 and let's say $90. That's $1,938. That's the
Court is in recess.
You've been through a lot with this dog. Why have you fought so hard to keep this animal?
He's basically a good dog. He really is. I think I've been irresponsible in a lot of and doing a lot of things, but I have tried my best.
I think the point is, if you have a vicious dog, you can be sued. It can cost you a lot of money.
Our dog has 2 bites and became a dangerous dog. It has 2 bites, and because it's a lab, there's no dangerous dog tag on them.
Our dog hasn't bitten her. That's a complete fabrication. She'll say or do anything to get out of responsibility for this dog.
Well, y'all, this has been another great episode. Thankfully, I'm not the judge here, guys. You are. So definitely drop down in the comments what you're thinking on this one and what side you are on. And we'll see you in the next episode.